Well, this year our nation will spend about $60 billion to keep people behind bars. Now, to put that into perspective, that's close to double what we'll spend on Homeland Security. And the unfortunate fact is that of those paroled each year, 2/3, 66%, will commit a crime again. A harsh fact that's an economic drain to our state and a threat to our safety, which is why work is underway in Oklahoma to help female inmates turn around their lives and end the cycle of crime and punishment. Now, our Jessica Lowe went behind prison walls to take a closer look at women in prison and joins me now here in our CareerTech studios.
Well, Rob, when it comes to female incarceration, Oklahoma has the highest per capita imprisonment rate in the nation. For every 100,000 Oklahoma women, 129 are behind bars, incarcerated mostly for nonviolent crimes or drug or alcohol-related offenses, a devastating reality that's both troubling and heartbreaking. Recently, I visited the Mabel Bassett Correctional Center and found work underway that's helping inmates improve their lives by gaining new skills.
3 of them have life sentences, and the other has 6 more years. But these 4 inmates have a lot to smile about. They're the first class to graduate from CareerTech's Electrician program at Mabel Bassett Correctional Center, successfully completing an intense 8-month course. They say that it was nothing less than challenging.
It had been like 20 years since I'd been in school, so he brought us back through the math.
It was pretty intense. There was a lot of brain work involved, a lot of book work.
Determined, these inmates stuck it out. With new skills under their belts, they are convinced that the hard work is worth it.
But it helps me, it makes me feel good about me because I've done something to help myself, to better myself, and I like that.
I wanted to challenge myself to see if it was something that I could really do, because I had heard that the electricity field is very difficult. I'm a person that likes challenge.
Ellen Gilbert is anticipating parole in the next 6 years. As the mother of 2 young daughters, she feels that what she's accomplished sets a positive example for them to admire.
Well, I have a lot of hope because I know that I can get out there and make a future for myself and my kids. I'm my daughter's role model. She looks up to me very much, and everything that I have accomplished in here has shown her that I have changed and I have become a good, positive person, and she looks up to that.
And although the other 3 will never see outside prison walls again, they say this program has given them something to look forward to each day.
For most of the people that are in here, they're lifers. The more we work, the more our time goes by faster. We like to just do our time.
I think that this class, it has not only benefited myself and my other classmates, but the other inmates that are coming into this class and the ones that will be going home. They can go out there and they can do something other than, selling their bodies or selling drugs or, stealing.
And these women say all of this wouldn't be possible if it weren't for their CareerTech instructor, Mickey Marcy.
I know we was all kind of rowdy at times, but he pulled us back in, and it was a good class to take.
They were very shy and didn't want to take part in anything. And as we started, that was part of my mission, was to go in there and make them bring themselves up to a level that they could be proud of themselves. They are capable of doing changing switches, changing plugs, doing ballast, light bulbs, which is a major function at a prison facility.
And no one is more proud of the program than Mabel Bassett's warden, Melissa Embry.
Everybody wants to feel worthwhile, and a woman who has a life sentence that will be here for her natural-born life certainly wants something to do. The majority of them want something to do to feel worthwhile and to pass the time away. We continue to hope that CareerTech will always have the funds to continue to work with us so that we can provide these type of programs, because what's good for the inmates is also good for the state of Oklahoma. It continues to allow women to go back into their communities with an opportunity to raise their children.
And by providing these opportunities for inmates, prison officials only want one thing in return.
Our goal is that they not come back. Many of them, unfortunately, will come back.
And throughout Oklahoma prisons, over 2,300 inmates have been trained by CareerTech Skills Center.
The CareerTech Skills Centers place a great deal of emphasis on the reintegration piece for inmates, for our students. So our instructors are charged with the task of not only training them for the jobs that they will have when they release, but also with helping them find placement in those jobs once they go home.
Making these new electricians proud of who they have become, regaining control of their lives, one accomplishment at a time.
Once you start and you know that you can accomplish something, you don't want to stop, because it builds your character and it gives you a hope and a future to look for.
Now, Jessica, how do programs like this, how do they help the taxpayer?
Well, over 70% of these inmates are mothers of young children who are supported by state systems and taxpayer dollars. Well, what this program allows them to do is to go back, find a job, take custody of their children, and to get their families off of welfare rolls. For the inmates who are in prison, the prison doesn't have to contract out electricians. They can use the inmates to do the job.